أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أولم يهد للذين يرثون الأرض من بعد أهلها أن لو نشاء وصبناهم بذنوبهم ونطبع على قلوبهم فهم لا يسمعون صدق الله مولانا العظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that it has not become clear for those who are inheriting earth after its previous descendants. It has not become clear that if we wish, we can catch them, we can punish them by their sins. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that we seal onto their hearts so they cannot listen to it with the ears of obedience and listening. One ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that people who were previously punished, after them, any community comes, it is very easy for them that if they look into the history, then they take some heed that for this type of disobedience or kufr or shirk or zulm, people were punished. So they were supposed to take some heed, but they don't. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioning them, that is it not clear for them? They are now inheriting land and the earth after previous descendant. Is it not clear that whenever we will wish, we will punish them the way we have punished previous nations? Is it not clear for them? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. Sometimes they take advantage, they pay no attention, they take no heed. Why? وَنَتْبَعُ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِهِمْ فَهُمْ لَا يَسْمَعُونَ. Because of their rebellions, because of their stubborn kufr and shirk and disobedience. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that we seal their hearts, then they don't listen with the ear of listening. Look at this ayat and what is happening. People, 10,000 children. How can a human being take innocent life of 10,000 innocent children? But when your heart is being sealed because of your own zulm, then you take no heed. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. Hearts become sealed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah protect this type of situation, from this type of situation. Not only us, our progeny till the day of Qiyamah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that whoever comes afterwards onto the earth of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they have the history of the whole earth in front of them. Have they got no eyes to see, no ears to hear? Don't they think the way we had punished them, we can punish you too? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. And then Allah said, وَنَتْبَعُ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِهِمْ فَهُمْ لَا يَسْمَعُونَ. Sometimes you show heedlessness, you show stubborn rebellions, you show stubborn disobedience, intentionally, purposely you don't want to take any heed, then Allah seal their hearts. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala seal their hearts. ختم الله على قلوبهم وعلى سمعهم وعلى أبصارهم فهم لا يسمعون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala seal on their hearts, on their ears, on their eyes, so they cannot see. They cannot see with the sight of heedfulness, with the sight of obedience, with the sight of iman. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. One ayat, Allah has posed the question that people who came onto the earth afterwards, is it not clear for them what had happened to the previous nations who were descendants of the same earth previously? Is it not clear for them? Don't they think that the way they were punished, whenever we will plan and we will decide to punish you, we can punish you too? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had asked nicely. And then Allah had said, وَنَتْبَعُ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبِهِمْ فَهُمْ لَا يَسْمَعُونَ. We seal on their hearts and they don't listen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from the heedlessness. Ghaflat is the cause of all evil. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. You have eyes and you become blind. You have ears and you become deaf. And you have heart and you become heartless. Allah give us imani eyes and imani ears and imani heart. Consciousness and mindfulness. It's the greatest ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're not talking only about them, we're talking about ourselves also. Sometimes you do wrong and you don't even realize that you are doing wrong. That is worse than doing wrong. Allah give us realization. Allah give us imani sense. Protect us from the ghaflat, consciousness, mindfulness. It is one of the greatest ni'mat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us and free Masjidul Aqsa and people of Gaza and people of Palestine. Their foundation is Qur'an. We know Qur'an have said all this. That some people, they keep taking advantage. They take lives of millions of people. And Allah give them respite. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them respite. If nothing happens in this world, into the hereafter, no one can get away from the reckoning of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if they go through some test and trial in this world, then while dying into the grave, after the grave, into the hereafter, they will be rewarded more than anybody can imagine. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevate all the martyrs of Gaza to the highest rank of martyrdom and awliya as-siddiqeen. And may Allah will not let go innocent lives of everybody in vain, inshallah. That is certain. That is certain. And zalim, if he doesn't stop his hands from doing zulm, then zulm cannot continue forever. That is also certain. Only Allah's sunnat, bigger the zalim, bigger the respite. Whole history suggests that. Ad and Thamud and Fir'aun and Shaddad and Qarun, they are mentioned. Why? Because we set our journey towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala according to Quran and Sunnah. Allah make our journey based on Quran and Sunnah no matter what happens. And we should not be confused, We are being told by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, time will come that Dajjal will have global power. He will behave like God, na'uz billah. He will say and it will rain. He will take lives. He will try to revive people and he will try to give life back again. And that magic will play for some time. Whenever respite will continue, he will show like he is everything. And when respite will end, then nothing will happen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us what you call mizaj of Quran and Sunnah. Mizaj of Qur'an and Sunnah. Whenever you will have mizaj of Qur'an and Sunnah, then you will not be frustrated. You will not take things in your own hand. You will not rush. You will not be always in anger, in rage. And at the same time, you will not behave like nothing is happening. Yes. Ummat's pain, when it becomes your pain, then you are a believer. Sometimes you cry for them, then you are a believer. Whatever within your capacity you try to do, then you are a believer. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept us for Quran and Sunnah, for the mizaj of Quran and Sunnah. This respite is going to end. And you know how sometimes we've been saying 75, 80 years. What secret help continues for people who are struggling for the sake of Aqsa's cause? What secret help of Allah continues? Blind people like us cannot see. Because we have spectacles of media narrative. We don't have spectacles of Quran and Sunnah. If we will have spectacles of Quran and Sunnah, then we will see what is happening. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us imani mizaj. That's why we do Dars of Quran and Hadith Sharif. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya awwal al-awwalin, ya akhir al-akhirin, ya rahim al-masakin, ya dhal quwwati al-matin, ya dhal manni fala yumannu alayk, ya dhal tawl, ya dhal jalali wal ikram. La ilaha illa ant. زهر اللاجئين وجار المستجيرين ومأمن الخائفين يا مأمن الخائفين يا مأمن الخائفين إن كنت كتبتنا عندك في أم الكتاب أشقياء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء وإن كنت كتبتنا عندك في أم الكتاب مقطرا علينا أرزاقنا فامحو تقطير رزقنا وحرمان رزقنا واكتبنا وأثبتنا عندك سعداء ووفقنا الخير فإنك تقول في كتابك يمحو الله ما يشاء ويثبت وعنده أم الكتاب اللهم إنا نسألك فعل الخيرات وترك المنكرات وحب المساكين وأن تغفر لنا وترحمنا فإذا أردت بقوم فتنة فتوفنا غير مفتونين فإذا أردت بقوم فتنة فاقبضنا غير مفتونين غير خزايا ولا ندامة ولا مفتونين اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا توفنا مسلما وألحقنا بالصالحين اللهم ألهمنا مراشد أمورنا وأعذنا من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا اللهم وفقنا لما تحب وترضى اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا وحبيبنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمته